Hello, my name is Elena. I'm so glad we found each other. Thank you so much for joining me today for this introduction to yoga webinar. Yoga is a practice that includes physical exercise known as asana or yoga postures, as well as breathing techniques, meditation, and spiritual practices. Most people begin their yoga journey with the physical practice, but soon find out there is so much more to explore. However, choose whatever aspect of yoga feels most comfortable to you, and find a teacher that aligns with what your needs are. In this course, I will briefly explain a few aspects of yoga so that you can make informed decisions on your practice. Also, we will look at a few common yoga postures and different ways you can do them. The word yoga means union. Yoga is more than just the physical practice of asana. Yoga means becoming aware and connecting the body, mind, and spirit. Connecting the mind and the body seem tangible. This means becoming aware of your breath and taking notice of sensations in the body and taking notice of thoughts during your practice. Connecting to the spirit may mean putting the ego aside and connecting to your higher self, and depending on your own personal belief system, may also mean connecting to a higher power. Connection is also about family, friends, neighbors, and even strangers. They are all part of our community, and it takes a community of individuals to make a whole, as we all have a role to fulfill in our connections with others. Most styles of yoga are an expression of hatha yoga. Hatha translates to force, which refers to the physical practice of yoga called asana. Asana, by the way, means seat. Another translation of hatha is ha meaning sun and ta meaning moon, combining to create balance. The benefits of yoga, you may find increased flexibility. There's postures to build strength. You may notice improved balance, becoming more aware of the body, improved concentration. You may notice decreased anxiety and decreased stress. There could be improvement to your sleep, better relaxation, improved posture, and self-confidence. These are all wonderful benefits of a regular yoga practice. To practice yoga safely, start by learning awareness of your breath. Learn to breathe. Awareness of the breath brings awareness to the body. And also yoga postures are performed movement and the breath together. Always listen to your body. Stay within your own range of motion, no matter what any yoga teacher is asking you to do, regardless of whether it's myself or anyone else. If it doesn't feel good in your body, don't do it. You've seen images of yoga, these perfect bodies in these perfect postures. However, not everyone will be able to fit into these perfect postures. The wonderful thing about yoga is you can create a yoga practice that fits you and your body. And there's a few reasons why you're not going to always fit into these postures the way you see in the pictures. And it has to do with how your bones fit together as well as how flexible you are. How your bones fit together relates to compression. If the bones are hitting each other, they're not going to go any further. That's the compression. And in terms of tension, that's the soft tissue, which usually can be improved over time. If you notice in a yoga posture that your limbs are just hanging out there in space, give yourself some support. This will help to prevent any undue stress on the joints. And in alignment, pay attention and put in the effort. You don't need to aim for perfectly aligned yoga postures, but rather to do them safely and comfortable in your body. Props are very helpful in your yoga practice. Most people will want a yoga mat to do the practice on. They're not too expensive to get a starter yoga mat, probably around $20. Yoga blocks, if you don't buy any other prop in addition to your mat, I highly recommend getting at least one yoga block, maybe two. They're not very expensive. There's yoga straps, which can be used to help achieve certain postures as well. But you can use, say, a rope tie or a belt in place of that. Yoga blanket is used for sitting on and other supports with that. You can use folded towels or any firm blanket you have at home. A bolster is also used for certain postures, and you can use cushions or rolled up blankets or towels. A chair and a wall are both very helpful in a yoga practice. They can both be used to help with balance, to help with alignment, or to perform yoga postures in different ways. And here's just a few samples of actual yoga props and their substitutions. Mudra means seal, and hand mudras are yoga positions that are used for connecting the flow of energy. There are several different hand mudras, but the most common are Anjali Mudra, known as prayer pose, which is used as a gesture or greeting and expresses love, and Jnana Mudra, where the index finger and thumb touch to form a circle with palms facing upwards to receive knowledge from the universe. The 8 limbs of yoga are a set of disciplines to guide you in your yogic lifestyle. They include yamas, which are restraints or moral disciplines that are directed externally, ahimsa, nonviolence, satya, truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, self-restraint or moderation, aparigraha, non-possessiveness, non-grasping, or non-greediness. The niyamas are observances mostly directed internally. They include socha, cleanliness, samtosa, contentment. Tapas is your discipline, heat, or spiritual austerities. Svadhyaya, self-study. Ishvara pranidhana, surrender, and depending on your own beliefs may mean surrender to God, to the universe, or a higher power. Then comes the asana practice, the physical postures. Then pranayama means life force, which is your breathing techniques. Pratyahara refers to withdrawal of the senses. Dharana is focused concentration. Dhyana is meditation. And all this leads you to samadhi, which is bliss or enlightenment. Meditation is a practice to help quiet the mind. It does not necessarily mean you have to empty the mind. The mind experiences a steady flow of thoughts, and if you try to tell it to stop, it's going to behave like a rebellious teenager. So rather than trying to empty the mind, the goal is to focus on the practice without trying. Just relax. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the attention of the practice. As you practice, you may find you will experience moments without thought. Each meditation will be different for each individual, and no two meditations will be alike. You may experience a release of anxiety and stress. You may feel happy and relaxed, or you may feel energized. However, sometimes during a meditation, negative thoughts and emotions may arise, and this is okay too. This may mean that there's something you need to work on or deal with. So let it come up if it feels safe to do so. Embrace it and befriend it. Observe it and release it. Movement, chanting, and breathing may be incorporated into a meditation practice. Gentle movement and stretching before a meditation releases tension, preparing the body for a place of stillness. Chanting stimulates the vagus nerve, which is attached to the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest system. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve extending from the brain to the abdomen and plays a role in the functioning of several body systems. Breathing exercises help to ease stress and tension in the body. It can exercise internal organs. It brings in a flow of oxygen to all parts of the body, and it gives the mind something to focus on. Why should you practice meditation? Because it's amazing. Meditation helps to ease anxiety and stress. It improves breathing function. It improves concentration and awareness. And it helps connect the body, the mind, and the inner self. A regular meditation practice can bring you a sense of peace and vitality and improve how you manage life's daily challenges. Om. Om is the most common chant that you've probably heard of. It's actually pronounced A-U-M, and it is known as the sound of the universe or the sound of creation. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Please carry on with some of the yoga postures and the yoga practice, as well as a yoga nidra meditation is part of this course. And if you're interested in working with me, either one-on-one or in some groups or classes, just visit my website to see what's available right now. And you can also reach out to me at any time through the Contact Me section on my website. So thank you so much again for joining me.